Welcome to Seven Rivers Sports here on KQEG. I'm your host, Terry Erickson. Each week, an inside look into sports, into wellness, and into fitness. Well, today, we're joined by two seniors. Logan Ranger Baseball is the theme this week. With me today, Ethan Hanewell and Caden Boge. Welcome to the show, guys.
Yeah, thanks for having us.
Well, Caden, you're just a month or so from graduation.
Yeah.
You both are. As you look back at your years and you kind of go down memory lane and you look at what you've done, are you satisfied? A lot of people your age maybe didn't accomplish what they wanted, but as you are, it's over with. The blink of the eye, your high school days are over with. Reflect on your high school days.
Yeah, I don't know. I guess probably for me, my family really pushed academics as being the most important. And that was probably, I'd say I was successful with academics, and that was like the big thing that was expected of me to accomplish, but also like meeting new people, sports like baseball. Those are some of my best memories there with the team. So,
you know, Ethan, as I talk to high school students, I invite them to be sure that they take advantage of every opportunity they can get in high school.
Yeah.
Leadership groups of any kind, and just seize the moment. Now, the moment, which is your senior year now, in a month you graduate. Have you taken advantage of every opportunity that you've been given?
I think when I was a freshman and sophomore, it kind of like, it slips past you because you think, oh, I'm going to be in high school for 4 more years, like no big deal. But like this year and last year, I've definitely taken the that opportunity, and I'm in Interact and NHS and Spanish clubs, so and all the sports I've been involved in, and yeah, it's been fun.
Well, you're both leaders, and that's why you're on the show. Again, Caden Boge, Ethan Hanewell, my guests this week. Caden, baseball has been really the thing you've focused on. You talked about academics because you're an academic award winner all 4 years, student of the month. You've lettered in baseball in the past. But you decided to focus on baseball because you have other interests, too. And you told me before we went on the air that you do other things as hobbies.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so in the fall, I do a mountain bike race league, so practice and races for that I have in the fall. It's not part of the school, but it's definitely an organized commitment, similar to a sport.
I'm interested in that because I do some of that on my own recreationally. So share what that's all about for our viewers.
Yeah, so different bikers from all around the state, different areas have teams, and then I think there's 5 races where everybody from around the state gets together and for a weekend and has a race, and it's a lot of fun, and it's growing very fast. I think I was one of the first people in the team, and there's probably 10 people, and now we're over 70, I think, for racers. So
you race throughout the state of Wisconsin?
Yep, all over the place. We'll have races over by Milwaukee, Madison, up north a bit, Wausau, so all over the place.
Describe the terrain and the distance.
So the race that I would do was 15 miles, and there's a mix of, it's kind of like cross-country trails, so like kind of dirt road, and then single track, so rocky, thin trails too, mixed in. So
good.
Yeah.
Well, that's interesting. I know a lot of people aren't familiar with that sport for young people, but maybe that will be in the future a high school sport at some point, huh? I know, Ethan, too, you're a two-sport athlete.
Yep.
I watched you play football. We did a lot of games here on our Game of the Week and now in baseball. Favorite sport?
Baseball, yeah. I just like the mental part of baseball, the little games within it, pitching, batting, and it's kind of like laid back, you know, so it's not like always intense, and you just try to have fun out there.
A lot of people struggle with the mental aspect of sports. They may have the skills, but their focus, their mental aspect, their concentration, that's where they really fall. Mm-hmm. What's your mental approach? How do you get yourself ready for a practice and a game?
For baseball? Just trying to relax, especially in baseball. Like, you want to, like, take it serious, but you don't want to take it too serious because, like, there's so much failure in baseball. You gotta just try to have fun. Other sports, it's just knowing what your job is and trying to stick to it. Football is a little different because it's more intense. So you're like, it's okay to like get all like jacked up and all, but same thing. Just try to have fun with that too.
The mental is to the physical, Caden, as 4 is to 1. In other words, 4 times more important to be mentally prepared than perhaps physically. How are you mentally prepared for the game?
I know put the work in practice, so then when you come into the game, you know you're prepared. And then just try to not overthink it. Like, I know guys will go up and like just focus on their swing like during a game, and you just gotta like let go a little bit and just trust your work that you've put in practice, I'd say.
Well, we talked a little bit about both outstanding academically, and Caden, I know you've won a lot of awards academically. Does that come natural to you?
No, it's definitely, you gotta put the work in outside of school. Like, sports obviously is important, but make sure that every night you're getting your homework done and studying. So it's definitely a lot of work.
And so you have to time management, prioritizing things,
Yes.
and so on. You know, you're a leader, and that's the other reason you're on the show, both of you, and your leadership is obvious as a member of the National Honor Society, Rotary Interact, and FCA. Those things are important to you.
Yeah. It's great to be in clubs after school, extracurriculars. You know, you're with people who got the similar mindset, like National Honor Society. It's the leaders of our class, and you do volunteering and help out in the community, and it's just cool to be a part of a club like that.
When I go back to my high school days at Logan, I was a member of the Fellowship of Christian Athletes. Way back, it was introduced by my basketball coach, Wayne Lucas, who's still alive and I communicate with, and we had huddle meetings. Are you part of that?
Yep. So I don't think the last few years FCA has been at Logan, but this year it just started back up again. And yeah, they've kind of had huddles, like talk about what's important to us, and like as athletes and leaders, how we can keep doing that. So
Good. And Ethan, we talked about academics a little bit. I know you're outstanding in the classroom also. And does that come easy for you? You've achieved a lot of success too.
I would agree with Caden. It's not as easy as what people think, just because like sports are like, in my opinion, they're like a lot more fun than just trying to focus in school. So like, it's not always easy to go back and forth between them, and like you got to try to like, when you're in school, it's like focus on school, and then baseball, it's like a different, like clear your mind, sort of ready for baseball sort of thing. So
All academic, National Honor Society, you both more of a quiet leaders, but you're a leader too in just the way you prioritize academics and the way you handle yourself as a role model.
yeah, my parents were the same way as Caden's. Like, they always like put academics first and say, like my dad always says, like, you're a student athlete, student becomes before athlete. So that's the most important thing.
So speaking of that, again, you're graduating here in another month, and on to the next chapter of your life. Where's that going to take you?
I'm going to Madison, and I plan to go into engineering. I don't know what kind of engineering yet, but we'll see where it takes me. So
Tough subject, tough curriculum, tough classes. You got to make sure you stay off of State Street, because that's where a lot of kids stumble when they get to Madison.
yeah, I'll have a little fun though.
Oh, of
You
course.
gotta have balance.
Well, of course you do. So the next chapter of your life, too, where's that going to take you, Caden Boge?
I'll go to UWL next year and live in the dorms, and I'm thinking biology pre-med route for schooling. So
Sort of follow maybe in Grandpa Jerry Boge's path?
yeah, he
It
was
took him to a successful medical career?
yeah, possibly.
So is that something you've thought about for a long time?
Yep, I'm in the Health Science Academy program through Logan, so it's a healthcare field-focused set of courses, and really helped me realize that, it's something I would really consider.
Favorite subject through the years at Logan?
Anatomy and physiology, for sure.
Favorite instructor?
Probably Tom Kammer. He taught Nat and Phys.
Good friend of mine, longtime girls track and field, soccer coach. Is that a challenging class for you, though, too?
I would say because it's so interesting for me, it really isn't, just because I pay attention in that class, just because it's fascinating to me. So it's not one of my hardest classes.
Knowing your mom and dad, I would think that they would expect you to pay attention in every class. Is that correct?
Yeah. Well, it's hard in some, some more than others.
Well, of course. But favorite class for you, Ethan?
Favorite class? I like, like subjects. I like math and science. I really liked physics last year. This year I really like environmental science. It's hard to really like math classes just because they're it's a lot of work, but I for a math class I liked calc, I guess.
So you're taking some AP classes, some difficult classes, both of you.
Yeah.
Do you have a favorite teacher that through the years?
I don't know if I do for sure.
You have a favorite substitute teacher?
Substitute teacher. DeLapp.
Oh, yeah.
Mr. DeLapp.
Yeah, he's good.
Oh, good.
He's very chatty.
Is he? I substitute there once in a while too,
Yeah.
So, but I don't think I've had you guys.
I don't think I've ever had you. Yeah.
No, I don't think so.
I'll see you around, though.
Yeah, around. Well, we're going to take a quick break. When we come back with more, we're going to get some in-depth look at our two guests right after these messages.
With our busy lives, it's a comfort to know that we can still remember loved ones in a traditional way with a monument. Lewiston Monuments in Lewiston, Minnesota has been helping families purchase a monument for over 4 generations. You'll find a large selection of beautiful granite, marble, and bronze monuments, all at competitive prices. And they're a full-service company, so they also do straightening, cleaning, and repair of monuments. Stop in or call for a no-obligation consultation, or visit lewistonmonument.com for more information.
At Schneider Heating and Air Conditioning, we have assembled a championship team
who listens to what your needs are.
We install carrier comfort systems that improve the comfort, efficiency, and the air quality of your home and workplace.
We serve you with highly trained technicians who are prompt, friendly, and honest.
For Gold Star treatment, turn to the experts, Carrier and Schneider Heating and Air Conditioning.
Schneider Heating and Air Conditioning, your comfort is our business.
Welcome back to Seven Rivers Sports again today. This week, all week, we're focusing on Logan High School baseball with 2 seniors, Caden Boge and Ethan Hanewell. Well, the season is not going the best in terms of record. I see some improvements because I'm at quite a few of your games with 2 grandsons playing, as you well know. You're 1-8 on the season. This is a big week because weather hopefully will cooperate. Holmen, Aquinas, and then at Menominee. So 3 big games this week. Assess your performance so far, Caden.
Well, I guess after the first couple games I played all right, but definitely not my best. But as the season's going on, I feel like I'm improving. My on-base percentage is pretty good. It's not the prettiest how I get on base, but I get on base. So that's what counts, I'd say.
Well, the main thing is to make things happen.
Exactly.
And when you get on base, good things typically occur. Unless, of course, you get picked off or something. Yep. That's not the best.
Yeah.
But you have good speed, so your coaches are certainly a goal is to get you on base so that you can run around and get to home.
Yep. Hopefully, when I get on base, steal, and then my teammates help me out from there.
Go back to down memory lane as to how you started your baseball career way back when you were young.
Way back, Park and Rec coach pitch, I think it was. Oh yeah, that was fun. I mean, it's so long ago, I don't remember much, but I remember it being fun. Yeah.
Good. And so that was kind of whetting your appetite to baseball. Yep. And was there anybody in your past that kind of inspired you and said, Caden, you have some ability to be a high school baseball player?
Well, throughout middle school, I was my team was not that good. We had a really bad record, and I just remember like coming to high school being like, I want to do track. I haven't done that before, and running just doesn't sound as fun to me. So I'm gonna try baseball, and my dad's like, go for it. I think you'll do fine. And you know, going in, I really wasn't sure how I'd stand up to the other players who were going out, just because my team wasn't good. But it went fine, and yeah.
Well, you made the right decision. Now, I don't know how many people know this, but you have a twin brother. And your twin brother he's chosen another sport, which makes it maybe a little easier because you don't have to compare your performance with your brother Tanner's.
Right.
But yet he's in track and field, so parents have to split up between going to a baseball game or going to a track and field meet. Growing up with having a twin brother, challenges?
Not really. I mean, for the most part, my brother and I get along, so we're pretty easygoing. So there wasn't too many challenges with that. Yeah, being in a different sport, and I have two sisters as well, and they're both in sports, so it's just busy for all of us figuring out who gets to the car and where my parents are going to be. And
exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah. I know how that is as a grandfather of 15 and trying to get to all their events, and 5 children when they were young and getting to all. So I know the challenges. But Ethan, too, you've had a good year. Now the record is not the best, but we know that things. We're hoping things improve. But I've watched you hit 2 home runs. You're leading the team in hitting. Your on-base percentage is good too. You hit a home run against Sparta and won this past week again. Drilled to center field, and it was pretty impressive. So talk about your senior success.
It's just putting in the work. Like baseball, it's all about like putting in the reps. So whatever you need to work on, I'm like old enough now where like I can assess where I need work, whether it's tee work or, you know, wiffles or live arm or whatever. And you know, the tee is it's really important because it's just there's no variables, so you can like whatever you want to work on, you can tweak and here and there. And I think any baseball player realizes that you constantly have to tweak things because...
Well, I can tell by watching you swing, and I tell this to your mom and dad too, that your swing, even when you strike out, you don't hit the ball, find the sweet spot, your swing is solid. Your mechanics appear to be the best I've seen them. And is that because of all the extra work?
Yeah, you know, I like to watch a lot of baseball, so like I watch a lot of different hitters and I try to study them and see what they do and compare my swing to theirs and try to make mine as much like theirs as possible. So,
your coach Alan Becker said this about you, Ethan. He said you're leading the team in RBIs and hitting. You have 2 home runs. You're a hard worker and you lead by having high character. What's your thought on that quote?
I don't know. I guess I stay within myself. Like, I'm never trying to do too much or too little. I'm just, you know, putting the ball and play hard, and things will happen. So.
How are you handling the fact that you haven't won too many games this year?
Well, it's frustrating, but I mean, we got a new group of guys. Like, I don't think this group has really played together that much. So, I think we're finally like up to this point. We're still kind of figuring each other out. So there's still season left, and I think we'll still improve.
Who inspired you when you were young and saw the baseball talent in you?
My dad always had a lot of faith in me, and he's always helped me improve. So.
Is he a role model too?
Yeah.
I hear him at the games when you get up to the plate.
Yeah.
It's all encouraging though.
Yeah. He's very has a lot of energy, a lot of positive energy. So he's very encouraging and always he's always pushing me. So
your 2 home runs were at Logan Field, and as soon as they went over the fence, Your dad sprinted to back in the swamp area by the railroad tracks and found both balls.
Yeah, I think he was proud of me, so.
Of course he. Well, your coach said this about you, that you are a tremendous, about you, Caden. He said you're batting .222, you're a great kid, we know that. You give 100% in everything you do, and that is infectious with the other players. What's your thought on that?
I guess one of the best ways to lead is lead by example. So you put in the work, and hopefully the other guys follow you and put in the work too. You all improve together.
Well, exactly, and I think it's starting to pay off. I'm hoping, again, this being a big week, and Ethan Hanewell and Caden Boge, our guests. Leadership, how would you describe yourself as a leader?
Well, like I said, it's probably more of a quiet leader. Like I put in hard work, and then hopefully others see that and then follow my example.
And philosophy of life, at your young age, have you developed one?
I'd say just put in the work, but if something doesn't go your way and there's nothing you can do about it, just accept it and move on, and don't let that stick with you.
Disappointments? All of us have disappointments. Have you had any significant ones?
You know, losing is obviously a disappointment. Probably one of the toughest losses, though, is losing, and it's the seniors' last game, and seeing them lose. That's always tough.
Favorite saying?
I think don't count the days, make the days count. Just take advantage of every opportunity you have.
How do you display that?
Again, hard work, definitely. And then when an opportunity comes along, jump at it.
Leadership describes you too, of course, Ethan. And how do you lead your team? How do you lead your friends? How do you lead in school?
I would say I'm similar to Caden in that I try to lead by example, and I think a lot of guys, they try to like say too much sometimes, and if you say things at strategic times when things should be said, I think that's the most important way to say things. So
you have an interesting philosophy too. Make each day and each person better by your particular influence on them. That's what you said in your profile sheet. How do you do that?
Well, everybody's different, so however they can have an impact on something, as long as everyone has the same end goal. Everyone has a different part, but just letting everybody know what their role is important. So,
if I asked teammates to describe you, what would they say, Caden?
You know, I'm really not totally sure. I would hope they'd say hard worker, because that's what I strive to be. Yeah.
If they, in 10 years from now, they look at the Logan Annual and they point their picture at you, you want them to say the same thing?
Yeah.
That you were, you gave 100%, you were a leader, you cared about your teammates, and you never let a day go by without giving your best effort?
Yeah, and that's the goal.
That describes you?
Yeah.
I think it does. And Ethan, too, what would your teammates say about you?
I think the same thing. I think hopefully that I'm a hard worker and that I put everything into it that I could. So
20 years from now, when they see your picture in an annual, in the Logan Annual, what will they say?
He respected his teammates, coaches, hopefully the game. Put everything out there.
You both left a great legacy. Again, you're two seniors about ready to graduate, and having a sense of fulfillment and joy in terms of accomplishing a lot of goals. That's you, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
All right. Well, good. It's been a pleasure to have you on the show. We wish you the best of luck the rest of the season and into the postseason. Again, our guests today, Caden Boge and Ethan Hanewell. Thanks for being on the show, guys.
Thanks for having us.
Thank you.
We'll be back with some closing thoughts right after this.
At Schneider Heating and Air Conditioning, we have assembled a championship team.
Who listens to what your needs are.
We install carrier comfort systems that improve the comfort, efficiency, and the air quality of your home and workplace.
We serve you with highly trained technicians who are prompt, friendly, and honest.
For Gold Star treatment, turn to the experts, Carrier and Schneider Heating and Air Conditioning.
Schneider Heating and Air Conditioning. Your comfort is our business.
When you're faced with the decision of selecting a monument to honor someone dear to you, call Lewiston Monuments for a no-obligation consultation. Lewiston Monument is a full-service monument company, serving families in Iowa, Minnesota, and Wisconsin for over 4 generations. You'll find beautiful granite, marble, and bronze memorials, all at competitive prices. Their experts can help you design the perfect and unique memorial. Lewiston Monument. Call today or on the web at lewistonmonument.com.
Welcome back to Seven Rivers Sports. Well, Rick and Art were at the pit in Holmen on Tuesday for a non-conference game, the Holmen Vikings versus the Eau Claire Memorial Old Abes. Holmen scored first as junior Cameron Weber plated senior Kevin Cable in the bottom of the first inning. It was 1-0 Vikings. With the score tied at 1, designated hitter Drake Shams singled home Cameron Weber with a winning run in the bottom of the 5th inning. Shams reached the bases 3 times for the Vikings, who moved to 7-3 on the season. Ace hurler Nevin Wall pitched 6 2/3 innings, allowing 6 hits while striking out 10 Old Abe batters. Coach Mark Wall's Vikings are tied for second in the MVC, 1 game behind league-leading Central Red Raiders. Final from Holmen. The Vikings 2 and the Eau Claire Memorial Old Abes 1. Well, that does it this week here on Seven Rivers Sports. I'm your host, Terry Erickson, hoping that you will have an active and a healthy week ahead.